All right, everybody calm down. Calm down. We're going to record this. Everybody settle down. Everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Here to bring you another hard rant, but something a little bit more serious. It is time for us to apologize to BioWare. And this is coming straight from the gamer. The most prestigious of game journalists out there. The most knowledgeable, the most not even politically ideologic game journalist out there. We're gonna hear from them. So Dragon Age fans are apologizing to the writers after the Veilguard backlash. So true! It is our fault. It is our fault. Put all the baggage on us. Everything that the developers did, ignore it all. Like I said, we trust the gamer, okay? Let's continue what they said. Who is this? Some white bitch. I don't care about her name. Let's continue. Dragon Age: The Veilguard launch must have been a turbulent time for BioWare. What are you talking about? The game was fine. It was Game of the Year. Reviews were great across the board. Really? Are you sure about that? Oh, you mean the reviews that were great, and then 2 months later they came around and said, actually the game sucked? I hated that. IGN should have stuck with it. It was 9 out of 10, and then 2 months later, IGN was just like, this game actually sucks. Even David Gator, that son of a bitch, he even thought the game was horrible. Even Jason Schreier thought the game was horrible, but they all said it was a great time. See, we stick with the first thing that they said, not the second thing. Ignore the second one. As a Dragon Age, the Veilguard proved to be much more stable than any recent game from the studio. That's right. All those previous games that had, performance issues, and they were great games for some reason, fuck them. I need a shitty game, but with polish performance. That's what I want. Go ahead, white girl. Go ahead. Recent game, and a whole lot of fun to play. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't it, Beaven. It was a lot of fun. However, when it got into the hands of longtime fans, that's me, they were quick to notice that the game's tone was very different from the previous entries, getting rid of the bite many of us loved. That's true. Bro, you mean those people that saw the political ideology with the top surgery scars and the trans sort of mirror where you could become trans in the game, and then everything was about Tosh and not about your own character, and it felt like you were a therapist, and it was bashing women, but it was also bashing men, and it felt like I was being talked down to than actually playing a Dragon Age game. Also, they fucked up the lore. No, it was the best Dragon Age game, and they know it. Anyway. That's not even to get into the comments that went beyond any actual critique of the game, as some attacked the Veilguard for having LGBTQ+. I'm so glad she added the plus. We're adding more, baby. Something it has had from the first game. I'm about to break character. LGBT wasn't a thing back in the day. It was just gay people. That's it. There was no pride shit. It was just gay people. Gay, normal people. Not LGBT fucking pride or BLM or any sort of cult shit. It was just gay. She's right. My bad. Back into character. Anyway, and has only expanded upon its in sequels. Put simply, it must have sucked to work on the game. What are you talking about? It's Game of the Year. It must have been fun. I'm pretty sure the normal employees in Canada were having a great time, as there were many who took their criticism way too far, resulting in some higher ups leaving social media. Oh man, those right-wing grifters again. God damn. Didn't they go to Blue Sky and then they went back to Twitter, or did they just leave all in general? Damn, should have stayed on Blue Sky. There's no pedophiles in Blue Sky. Trust us. There's only friends and family. Nowadays, after an explosive report from Bloomberg claimed that EA was the cause of the VeilGuard's development woes. That guy, Jason Schreier, he doesn't know anything. Listen, he doesn't know anything. That game's been great the whole time. It wasn't BioWare's fault. It wasn't EA's fault. It was the grifters, bro. It was those YouTubers. Come on, the chuds. Some fans have changed their tune. Reddit user, you went to fucking Reddit, you dumb bitch. You back into character. A Reddit user, and you literally put his name out here. I can't believe you were bold enough to put his name down here. He kicked things off, apologizing to some of those who worked on the VeilGuard, and many fans agree and echo similar sentiments. That was probably like, I don't know how many people that apologized. Me and some other guy that hit the upvote button. I went to Reddit. That's right. I went to Reddit, into that fucking cesspool that they call a website, and I upvoted that. And I was like, bro, that's right. BioWare didn't do anything. It was all EA. And I upvoted that, apologizing for some of those who worked on VeilGuard, and many fans agree and echo similar sentiments. Dragon Age fans apologize after new reports pins the blame for VeilGuard shortcomings on EA. And they said, I have been very critical of the VeilGuard and its tone, writing, and lack of continuity ever since it's released. I tended to put the blame on the Trinity, John Epler, creative director Corin Bush, and the lead writer Trick Weeks. That is the Trinity of making a good game. You got top of the line RPG makers right there. That we had the one guy that cut his dick off. We had the one guy that was scared of the two guys that cut their dicks off, and then we had the other guy that cut his dicks off and he has blue hair. Okay? Listen, we're having a return to form here. So if I got two guys right next to me that turned into women and they cut their dicks off, I'm telling you right now, they would strike fear upon me to the point that I have to make a good game. Anyway, I assume that nobody cares about my thoughts, yet I want to acknowledge that me constantly blaming the Trinity pushed the idea that they were either the sole reason or one of the major reasons for the game's failure and the death of the franchise. He said the death of the franchise. Dragon Age is not over, bigot. It's not over. We're gonna have one in like the next 4 years. But now, I can safely assume that they tried their best with a bad deck of cards. That's right, it was EA's fault to put it, it was EA's fault to put multiplayer. When all they needed to do was just go up to EA and be like, we can't make multiplayer. And then EA would be like, how so? Well, we fucked it up with Anthem and Mass Effect, the multiplayer game. And then EA would be like, oh shit, you do suck at multiplayer games. Make a single player game. No, they didn't They didn't have that conversation. I know, because you know, we all know. Many others agree. Many others agree. You know how much many is? Blaming Bush for any of their wait, I'm sorry. I'm about to break character. What did you just say? Blaming Bush for any of that never made sense. What do you mean? You mean the dude that was talking about having sex with an old dude in the game? And then he said he went to fucking Tosh, and then she got naked, and then he started to blush and shit? You mean that guy? We shouldn't blame him for putting all that shit in the game? He literally was getting hard. Well, not hard. He wasn't getting hard. That can't happen anymore. He was literally blushing in that interview. He was blushing, saying, yo, I got with the old dude, and then I got with Tosh, and I was like, oh my. And I'm over here just like, why don't you get with a pretty girl in the game? Ah, that's right, there's no pretty girls. Why don't you get with a cool looking dude? There's no cool looking, badass looking dudes. I'm breaking it out of character, guys. This whole fucking shit is just a big ass talking point. She did not need to take this thing out. She is wasting her fucking time. She is this close to being replaced by fucking AI. This close. Layoffs, and then AI is coming right up for this bitch. Are you fucking kidding me with this bullshit? Now, for the people that like Dragon Age the Veilguard or the Failguard, you're fucking weird. No. Oh, you thought I was gonna say something like, oh, well, you can like whatever you want. It's your decision. It's your freedom to enjoy whatever you want. Yeah. But you're fucking weird. You're probably one of the tiny reasons, very tiny, because you're a very you're the minority. I'm sorry, that's who you are now. You're the fucking minority. You're the weirdos that are on Reddit spewing like, oh, it's not Corrin's Bush fault. Anyway, let me show you how many dicks I would put in fucking Dragon Age. Who would kiss who? And if you look at Dragon Age if you look at Dragon Age Reddit right now, it is nothing but Veilguard fucking gay shit, fucking Veilguard fucking. There is no lore shit. There is nobody talking about like, ooh, we have some good lore to talk about. No, it is all gay shit, trans surgery scars. That's all it is. And you know that little goofy little art that they like to do where it's kind of like the gumball art and shit. You know that little Tumblr art that they do where it's like the guy looks feminine and the women look masculine? Yeah, that kind of art all through that shit. Beautiful art, by the way. Y'all are gay. Okay? That's your whole. It is not the fact that you guys do gay shit. It's the fact that that's all you do. That's it. This is how we fucked up Dragon Age. Because that's all you think about and that's all you do. I could talk about titties and ass for 5 minutes. And then I can go back to talking about RPGs. I'm not gonna fucking do this whole like, let's talk about romance. And I'm just like, cool. Do you know the lore on the dwarves? No? You don't know the lore on the dwarves? What about the elves? I'll make it easy. You know anything about Ferelden? The Red Cliff? Do you know anything about the dwarves that stay under, in the deep roads? Do you know anything about them? No? No, you're all just fucking tourists that just like to be like, oh man, you know what? It's actually EA's fault. Go fuck yourself. We all know whose fault it is. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should do an apology. You know what? We'll do an apology right now. That's my bad. We'll do an apology right goddamn now. Who's apologizing? It's the weakest game in the series. The gameplay, plot, and companions all pales in comparison to the earlier entities, including Dragon Age 2. I would love nothing less than to retcon the whole Veilguard and the start of DA4 from scratch. Oh, many are apologizing. Bullshit. I'm not going back to the fucking Reddit. All I can tell you is nobody's apologizing. Nobody. You're. Go on Reddit on Dragon Age yourself. I am not doing it again. Go on Dragon Age Reddit. I should have snapped a picture of how many people were agreeing with the person. It was minute. Very minute. There was the one guy on a random Reddit. He surely represents all of the fans' feelings of a disaster that was Veilguard. Even he knows. My bad, I should have let him finish the sentence. But anyway, since we're all just doing we're all apologizing, let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. Drop this shit. Drop this shit. Okay. Nah. We're all apologizing? I'm going big mode. We're all apologizing, right? That's all we're doing? Let's apologize right now. I got a lot of things to apologize about. I wrote it down myself. I'm sorry you put all the blame on EA. I'm sorry you thought you could make a multiplayer game. Hell, I'm sorry you thought you could make a single player game. I'm sorry you let the normal employees go through hell. I'm sorry you made Tosh. I'm sorry you made a Dragon Age game. I'm sorry you thought I was gonna cut my character's tits off. I'm sorry you took my character's ass. I'm sorry you destroyed Dragon Age's lore without EA's help. I'm sorry you fucked up Dorian. That wasn't fucking Dorian at all. I'm sorry you killed Varric. That's right, spoilers all around. Who gives a fuck? I'm sorry you made flat combat with weak RPG elements. I'm sorry you can't write. I'm sorry you wasted 10 fucking years and a whole lot of money. That's right. EA's fault, right? It's EA's fault, right? I'm sorry EA gave you 10 fucking years and gave you a multitude of money. I am so sorry EA did that for you. I'm sorry you can't write. Did I put that shit on twice? Nah, I just said it twice. I just like saying it. I'm sorry you can't write. There, I said it a third time. I'm sorry you had zero leadership. Zero leadership. I'm sorry you got fired while Corin Bush gets a cushion job and you guys have to search for a new one. I'm sorry you used your ideology and forced it down our fucking throats. Hell, I'm sorry you think there's a third gender. I'm sorry you're Canadian. I'm sorry you think that BioWare did not kill Dragon Age. I'm sorry you think that YouTubers are responsible. I'm sorry you relied on Mark Dara for help. And last but not least, I'm sorry you think this is not all your fault. Because it is. It is all your fucking fault. Fucking out of here, bro. Get this shit out of here, bro. Let's see what chat has to say. Don't you want to drink coffee with Lucanus? Fuck no. That obvious, like, oh shit. Let's put a Mexicano in the game. Ooh, he likes coffee, eh? Yeah, you know how the Mexicano like coffee, right? Fucking racist ass shit. There's glazing, and then there's type of glaze. This type of glazing. Hankin says all of the 3 people that like the fail guard. Exactly. Hulk Mode says Mass Effect 5 is going to be in a big terrible because of the expanse from Owl, and Exodus will blow them out of the water. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Did you see the characters in the Expanse trailer? There was not one ugly bitch in that whole fucking drawing. That concept art, I was like, there's a hot black chick. There was a hot redhead. I know how you bitches hate redheads in film and industry. And then there was a hot blonde woman. That was crazy. Hankin says the black and Asian elves with the Valislin that doesn't matter anymore. You know the Valislin that only the Dalish had. Doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter anymore. Why are we apologizing to BioWare? BioWare? Oh, we're not. We're just making jokes. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video right there. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I can't believe that's the first time I've actually said leave a like and subscribe. But, yeah. That's my apology. Go fuck yourself, BioWare. And EA, since we're all just a happy family fucking up shit.